In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best possible method to max your battle pass out as fast as possible. First, I'm going to be showing you guys the best active method, and then I'm going to show you guys the best AFK method. Make sure you guys watch the end so you know how to max your battle pass as quickly as possible. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe because we're on the road to 100 subscribers. Let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so the first method I'm going to be showing you guys is obviously the active method. Now, as you can see, my battle pass is maxed, so this is what I've been doing. It didn't take me too long to max it. Obviously, I'm a pretty high level, I AFK pretty often, but basically what you guys are going to need for this is you're gonna have to have Nightmare for the first story mode. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys all probably have this. Now, when you guys are in, you guys want to pick Thrice. The reason we're using Thrice is because obviously it multiplies the enemies, so you're gonna be getting more XP as well as more battle pass XP because there's more enemies, and it's also on Nightmare mode obviously. So when you're in, obviously you just want to complete it like you would for any other story mode Nightmare. Now, this isn't the only method I'm gonna show you guys active because there's another method, so you're gonna play this out like you do always. Obviously, it's Thrice. They're gonna spawn 3 times. Now, if you somehow can't do this on Nightmare mode, then I'm not gonna lie, you probably shouldn't be trying to do any method, buddy. But if you don't get Thrice, just go back to the lobby and keep running it back until you get Thrice. Alright, so the other method I'm gonna be showing you guys is something you probably already know, but it's just infinite on Dynamic, obviously. So the method I'm showing you guys now is literally just infinite mode on Dynamic. Now, you guys probably already knew about this one, so you just stand here till about wave 50, and then once you get to wave 50, you can go ahead and leave. It should only take you about a little bit under 30 minutes to get to wave 50. Obviously, if you can't wait to make it to wave 50, then you might want to be doing the AFK method I'll show you after this. It takes about a little bit over 20 minutes, and you'll get around 1.5k XP. Now, I'm not gonna be going to wave 50 in this video because I'm just showing you guys and telling you guys what you should do. So stay here to wave 50, leave. It should be around 20 minutes or so, and you'll get around 1.5k XP. That's what I've been doing when I'm actively playing. Now, obviously, I'm not actually playing all the time, so now I'm gonna show you guys the AFK method. So the AFK method is basically the same as the active method. All it is you're gonna want to do Nightmare mode on Act 1, but for this, you guys want to bring a cheap unit. For me, I'm bringing Genos because he's cheap and he attacks really fast. Now, if you have Kizaru or like anybody that's cheap and attacks decently quick, you're gonna want to bring them in this because the first few units, you don't want them to leak because Namek is obviously a small map, so if they leak, you're kind of cooked unless you want to place all the way in the back. But we're going to be using GS autoclicker, so you're going to need GS autoclicker for this. I'll put a link in the bio so you guys can download it if you somehow don't have it by now. It's way easier than Tiny Task, and I don't think you're honestly going to be able to Tiny Task this because the timing is going to be different probably every time, so I would use GS autoclicker for this. Also, guys, when we get in here, you're going to want to remember where you stand at, so make sure you stand in a spot that you can remember. I'm just going to show you where I stand at when I get in here. Alright, so for the first one, I guess you guys can just pick, but you're not going to be putting any points on any of the modifiers because it's not going to be consistently picking the modifiers, so you're just going to let the modifiers play out. You're not going to put any points on the modifiers. Just pick point and put a point on vote to start. If you can't solo all the modifiers, then obviously this method's probably not for you. You might want to go get a little stronger if you can't do Nightmare mode Act 1 with any of the modifiers. But what I'd say is you want to go, for me, I'm going to stand right here because I'm going to place my units in this general area just to make sure there's no leaks. Now, obviously, if you guys want to stand somewhere else, you can, but you want to remember where you stand at so you can just get back on the game, hop back on, and start your AFK. So for this, I'm picking point, picking Genos, select Genos, pick point again. That's where I'm going to place them at. And it's just repeating that over and over like every GS autoclicker AFK. Like I said, you guys want to have your cheapest unit, and when you're using your cheapest unit, you want to place them in this general area, even maybe right here, so you really confirm that there's no leaks. I wouldn't place my cheapest unit up there because they can easily leak if you get fast on the, if you get a fast modifier. So like I said, pick point, put it on the unit, select the unit. As long as you have a point on the unit, you'll always get it right. And then I'm gonna put a point right here just to make sure there's no leaks. Like I said, if you guys want to put all your Genoses or whoever your cheapest unit is back in this area so there's no leaks, then you can go ahead and do that. That's not what I'm gonna do. That's actually what I'm gonna do for the rest of my Genoses. Pick point, select unit, pick point, put the unit down. Okay, so now I'm gonna start placing my DPS units. I'm gonna place all my DPS units in around the middle of the map. I'm not gonna be doing any upgrades for this map because I'm not gonna be doing any upgrades for this AFK because I don't want it to place over here. But honestly, if you stand right here, you can probably upgrade if you want to. I'm not gonna be upgrading because it's really not that hard. I don't really need to upgrade, but you can if you want to, if you stand in this specific spot. If you stand somewhere where units can be placed in the upgrade spot, then it'll accidentally place right there. But if you don't need to upgrade, then I would just say don't put a point on upgrade. So pick point, point on unit, select the unit, pick point, and then put the point where you want to put the unit at. When you do this, the cheapest unit you choose is going to be the unit that gets placed first, which is why I have my cheapest unit always get placed first in an area to where they won't let any leaks happen. So on fast, if you place right here, there could possibly be a leak, maybe, probably not, but if you place right here, you're basically guaranteed there will be no leaks, nothing's gonna get past, and you'll have a successful AFK the entire night. So I would recommend probably just placing all your cheapest unit right here, but I would say just place right here so you have a 100% safety valve. And then obviously you want to place your DPS unit, which is more expensive than these. You should always have your DPS more expensive than these, and then have your DPS unit in the middle just in case anything gets over here somehow. And if you don't have the range to hit all this area, then obviously place your DPS maybe in this area or a little over here, and play, or maybe you could place a few over here and then a few in the middle. It all depends on your range. Obviously my Alucard's hitting this entire area. I'm gonna explain it a little better now. So pick point, put a point on the unit you want to place. When you pick the point, once you have the point there, you're fine. But sometimes it won't select the unit, so you have to select it yourself. It won't matter because in the AFK it'll have the point there, select it automatically. But when you're first setting up, you might have to select the unit yourself. So select the unit, pick point again, and put a point where you want to place the unit at. Like I said, you have to click it yourself the first time sometimes, but when you actually AFK, it won't matter. Also guys, the reason we're doing this on Nightmare is basically just for the chance that you get the modifier of 3 times. We can't always choose, but just the option to have it be 3 times, maybe a few times throughout the night, is better than not having it at all, or just doing a regular AFK, which is why we're doing this on Nightmare mode, just in case you were wondering. Okay, so you don't have to put any clicks for this, they'll automatically get off your screen from the other clicks. And then what you want to do is pick point, put a point on a retry, and then you guys go. Press OK, and then press your hotkey to start your macro, and that's all it is, guys. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to be the video. Nightmare mode Act 1, and then Infinite mode, and then obviously for AFK, Nightmare mode Act 1. That's how you get your Battle Pass max as fast as possible. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, so make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.